Hey there guys, and good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever and whenever you... That such a waste of fire arrow. Wherever and whenever you are. Welcome back to our Terraria series, where, if you don't remember, last episode we came over here and built this tunnel, and as you probably saw from the start, I went just right ahead and filled in all of the great big walls around it, and this will become our mine shaft later. And I also went and cleared out a bunch of trees to get some wood and then replanted them. And the reason for that is that I want to finish, ideally, I want to finish the house today. But to do that, first of all, I'm going to need to collect some, well, I say collect some materials. I'm just going to really go ahead and start building. And first of all, what I want to do is add another floor up here. And I'm thinking of putting that there, and I want to add another little sort of overhang area, which I think will hopefully, oh, that is way too high, hopefully end up looking quite nice, and also should help lead on to another little bit I want to build to do with this building over here and connecting the two of them. But either way, first off, what I'm thinking is that needs to stay as wood. And I'm thinking I start it off with like a little platform here and like a pillar here to support it. So what I'm gonna need for that is some more of the wooden beams that we use, these things here, and hopefully that's not going to be enough. No way that's going to be enough. It's another fire. I'm good at wasting these things, clearly. I'm amazing at this game. I'm a professional Terraria player, and anyone else is wrong if they say I'm not. But either way, putting those in there, and so now we have this nice little overhang area. And this up here will actually end up being another NPC room, hopefully, when I'm done with it. But now what I'm going to need is to fill in the walls. So what I'm going to do is go set up all of the background walls and, well, the walls for this room. And then I'll see you guys when it's done. So let's do this. I don't know why I made two doors, but I only needed one. But as you can see, I have now set up the blocks around this room. And I mean, as you can see, I've sort of, it's a bit of a weird shape, but I wanted to include this big window here. I thought that would look quite nice to sort of just have like an area for the NPCs to look out. But either way, what I'm going to need to do now is set up the rest of these wooden walls in the background, and I've got no idea whatsoever how I'm going to set up like the smaller windows in here. But I guess first off, I want to put in just that wall there, and I'm thinking of actually moving this. Oh, it's become windy. But I'm thinking of moving this over so that lines up nicely like that. And then, I guess maybe one window in here, and could have the framing like that, and then up here is like a normal sized NPC room for this, and so we can have another window there. Yeah, I actually think that looks quite nice. And then torch-wise, for lighting, I suppose just a torch there, and then a torch there. And then to finish this off as an NPC room, what we're going to need is obviously table and chair. And so what I'm going to do is come over here and make that table. And then grab this chair from Durham's room, who also actually moved in last episode. And I'm going to go right ahead and move that in here for him. And then this will now be Durham's room. And so he'll live here with Seth. But what I'm going to need to do is come over here and definitely remove this eyesore of a wooden box. I'm not a big fan of it. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and get rid of it. And hopefully should never need to make one of them again. But to be fair, the houses we've made over here are kind of just wooden boxes with extra steps, I suppose. But is there slime killing bunnies over there? There is. Oh, and it's not a slime. You're a dandelion. I'll leave you be, bunny. You've suffered enough. But either way, I'm going to need to grab some dirt for this here patch of wood on the floor. But I think we certainly have enough dirt that we should be able to fill this in. I think our 1,700 dirt should be enough. But either way, what I'm going to need to do next is sort of... Okay, so the plan I have for this, I sort of planned out a little bit, like the basic idea of it in a journey mode world, but not really the execution of it. So I'm kind of making up a good chunk of this as I go along, but putting away our dirt and grabbing out our stone slabs again, I want to see about up here, making like a sort of platform like this. And then what I'm going to do is make a bridge arcing over there. And are those slimes on balloons in the background? Oh, that just goes to show why I love this game so much. It's just things like that. The little just funny details that you'll see all over the place. But as I was saying, what I want to do is through here as well, make... with this, I actually want to sort of continue this idea up the tower, and you should hopefully see what I mean when it's done. And I think like that would be it normally, but I'm going to knock it like that, and I'm actually not going to do that yet. And in fact, I'm going to remove that torch, put the torches there like that, because I'm going to have this be the start of the tower where the walls are going to... I mean, I might change the block to stone or grey bricks, but it's sort of going to look like this, where it's going up with the sort of stone walls, but with the wooden like braces to support it. But over here is going to be something slightly different, where we're going to have a sort of doorway leading out over onto something here. But for now, what I need to do, or what I'm going to do, is set up the tower up here, and I'll see you once the walls are all built. So, without further ado, let's hop into another build. So guys, as you can see, I've set up what are gonna end up being the basic walls of the tower, and I'm actually going to put on some, if I can jump up here. I've been playing through a Terraria adventure map recently on my own, and to say the least, I'm not very good at, or I've discovered that I'm not really all that good at parkouring in this game, but that's not really too much of a problem for me. And what I'm gonna do is grab up these stone platforms and just work on now coming through and setting up our staircase here, because obviously we'll need a way up and down this tower, and so we'll need to finish the staircase going up it. And from the look of it, we should just have it built so that it lines up perfectly with the centers. And I'm going to put a solid platform at the top, but I'm thinking of actually making it a solid platform of wooden platforms instead. And now what I'm going to need to do is just fill in all of these side walls so that monsters can't spawn in here, because if you didn't know, that is actually the reason that we need these walls here, because monsters don't spawn in front of player placed walls. So the walls prevent them from appearing. But either way, bringing this up and actually continuing this around, and I do have some ideas for what I want to do as a sort of centerpiece at the top of this tower, and one of them is actually to stick a campfire up here. So I'm going to do that now. And I think I might actually need more glass to make all the windows, possibly. Let me check in blocks. I might have enough. So let's see, making a bunch of glass, and yeah, I should hopefully have enough. I mean, it doesn't look like that much, but spaces in, or I've found at least, spaces in this game, like with the background walls, can be, or can appear like deceptively small. And so like in the past when I've been building before, I've sort of gone to place something and then realized that I actually don't have enough blocks to finish it, because it was actually a lot bigger than it looked. But looking at this, I should definitely have enough. So filling all of these back windows in, and I quite like how this build is coming out. I definitely feel like I need to work on the top, which I actually think a quick fix for could be sort of making the battlements here look a bit better by doing that. And yeah, now it definitely feels a lot more like a tower. But now we have this area here where we're going to need to put together our bridge. So grabbing up a bunch of wood platforms, and my plan for this actually involves ropes as well. So where are you, Milton? Gonna need to buy a bunch of ropes from you. And are you not happy enough to sell me? You're not happy enough to sell me a pylon? I thought you would be, but I guess not. Huh. But either way, what I'm going to do here for this bridge is sort of start by building up this rope pattern. And this rope here is sort of going to act as like a... You know what, actually no, this isn't how I'm going to do it. This was originally how I was going to do it, but I thought of a way that I much prefer building bridges, and it actually just involves platforms here. So putting in this and hammering down that, and just sort of building this across here like that, and that is placed incorrectly. And I think that should be high enough, which is not a sentence I ever really thought I would say on here, but yeah, that's the first time for everything. And there we go. So we now have our little bridge built, and I'm actually going to make a... Do I not have enough? Oh, I don't have enough. I'm gonna make a quick... Do I still not have enough? How many do I need? There it is. Oh, I needed 6. Stone door, because I feel like it would fit better with the sort of stony surroundings. And that is going to be a problem, so I'm going to get rid of those platforms. And, oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And build that out there like that. And so, next step of this is to come over here and start off with a bunch of these wooden beams. Because these are going to be support pillars. So if I come up here and just show you what I mean, they will be coming down like this and just making up the supports that are holding up our bridge and sort of preventing it from collapsing down onto this nice little field down here below. And then the final step is to come over here to our workbench and make a bunch of, if I could find it, there you are, a bunch of wooden fences. And to start off with, just placing them just like a normal fence along the bridge. And obviously coming down here onto this sort of little balcony area because, you know, safety first with our builds for our NPCs. But also bringing them up another 4 blocks above each safety pillar, or above each pillar for the bridge, to show how the bridge is building up, but also to be able to act as an area to put torches on to light up this area. And then finally coming down here with the extra fences we have and just adding a nice little bit of decoration with them hanging over, which I think does look, it looks pretty good, I'd say. And so there we go, that's our little bridge built. And soon that'll be the entire build finished. There's just a couple of roofs I need to put on the houses, but once that is done, that'll be all of this complete. And now, back over here to you. Actually, I'm gonna first empty out all of my inventory, sort, and then into blocks. But over to you. I thought you were happy enough to sell me a... So why are you selling me a pylon now? You're so confusing. I don't know what this man is doing, but what I'm gonna need is to come over to him and buy a... Well, I can't buy a sickle, so what I'm gonna do is head out, and I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go the other way. So, coming over this way instead, what I'm gonna do is head out and just fight off some zombies, some demon eyes, and actually grab some of these fallen stars as well to make just ours in the future. But most importantly, fight the monsters to get money so we can buy that sickle from Milton, because we'll need it to collect the item that I want to use to finish off the roofs of the houses. So, what I'm going to do is fight off some monsters, and I will see you when it's done. Hopefully the big eye doesn't spawn. It shouldn't, but you never know this game. But if I do feel an evil presence watching me, I'll let you know. But anyway, let's do this. So guys, as you can see, it is now hit daytime, and oh, there's a green slime there. I've collected plenty of money, and hopefully, once I add it to the 29 silver I already had, hopefully, this should be enough. So, coming over to Milton here, and yes, grabbing up our sickle. And if you didn't know, what this lets us do is hit the grass over here and harvest up this hay, which we can also use to craft a hay background wall. And I personally think this makes... Oh, I'm falling down our hole. I personally think this does actually make quite a nice roof for sort of wooden and stone styled houses. So that is just going to sit there in my inventory as a little handy dandy tool, and I'm going to start by making some of that hay background wall I was talking about. And I'm going to stick it up here, and well, I mean actually I'm going to place the hay sort of in the pattern I usually make roofs for this kind of building. The way I make roofs changes quite a bit depending on what kind of building I'm making, but for this one I tend to have a sort of longer roof like this, and then hammer all of these. And nah, I think I'm gonna keep that as like that, but then hammer this. Yeah. No, gonna put that back to normal. Yeah, like that. And so then the just final step to this little roof here is to add in the hay background. And with that, this building here is now complete. And so we just have one more building to pop a roof on really quickly. Shouldn't be too hard. This one, I'll do like a less sloping one, where I think it will still be quite sloping, but it will be 5 block sort of increases rather than 6. So it'll be more slanted, so it will actually be more sloping, but it'll be less flat. When I say that, but it still has the same amount of space down there. But either way, that's beside the point. Hammering up all of the blocks that need to be hammered. And there we go. And then popping in the background walls. And I should be able to get most of them from just up here. And I might actually just for these ones pop in here quickly, put them in, and then pop on the ceiling or the top of it. And with that, that is our little starter base built. So make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you think. This isn't actually how I usually build starter bases. Usually I just build like one wooden area, just a big wooden box house, and then like leave it later, build a separate house for the forest area. But I quite like this. But you may have seen how I made that sign there. That is because I'm going to come up here, and I need 2 wooden blocks, or well, more than 2, because what I'm going to do is make a little thing here to put a little sign on, crowning our new found home. But we do still need a name for it, which is not something I have actually thought of yet. I don't have a name for this place yet. So I mean, I have a couple options for one, but I don't have one set yet. So what I'm going to do for now is just call it this outpost. And what I'm going to do is when this video goes up, I'll be putting out a poll with the name options I had in mind. and I'll let you guys pick what our new base gets called. But either way, with this done, I'm sort of more depleted on these resources, and I do definitely need to upgrade my armor. So what I'm going to do is do a quick mining session. And if you guys don't remember, there was actually that place. Yes, that place. The mine shaft that we found at the end of last episode whilst we were mining for stone. So if I come down here to show you what I'm talking about, in case you either don't remember or are new to the series here, we had this mine track down here that we found at the end of last episode. So what I want to do is just top on the track and get rolling. See if we can't find anything. And I mean, looking at that, there's already some... Ow. Go away. There's already some lead up here, which we can use to upgrade our armor. And also to actually finish our storage system, because there are obviously still some chests or some spaces for chests that we haven't put actual chests in. But either way, for now, just... I mean, there's a big... Did I just kill that worm? There's a big chunk of lead up here. So what I'm going to do is come over here and mine these blocks so I can jump up. And, well, I say a big chunk. It's not the biggest chunk in the world, but I've definitely seen bigger veins of lead. Being very careful with my words here so no one can hit them out of context, although someone's probably going to anyway. But either way, mining that up and dealing with this yellow slime before just continuing along in the other direction of the track, because it has ended that way. And, well, oh, that guy dropped. Wow, that guy dropped a bunch of ore. But either way, what I'm going to do is head along this track and just mine up any copper I find. So, well, not any copper specifically, just any... Oh, I don't know why I said copper. I mean, it's probably because I was mining it. But either way, I'm waffling now. I will head along this track and I will pop back in to let you guys know if I find anything interesting. So, wait, what is that? Oh, it's a sapphire. Anyway, as I was saying, see you guys in a bit. Let's do this. Yeah, no, I'm not making that. But, oh, there's lead up here. What I can do is use this rope and come up here to grab this lead. And actually, as you can see, guys, the minecart track has ended. So what I'm going to do instead is just hop on down this side tunnel that I found along it. Because, I mean, there we've already found some lead here, so that's a good sign, I'd like to think. And hopefully we can find some more ores. But I did find a bunch of tungsten, as you can see, which goes nicely with the tungsten that slime dropped. And hopefully we can find plenty more of that. But hang on a minute. Is that a chest? It is. So in here we have some more vehicle potions, some bombs, glow sticks, this sandcastle bucket, which, I mean, could be useful for decoration, but we also have this inner tube, which now means we can float on the water. But I did actually see something down here, which I'm going to make my way down towards. I mean, I think I saw something. I don't know. Yeah, I did. There's another cave down here. So, coming down into here to check this area out. Hopefully we can find some ores, but not really. No, not really looking like it. Oh, there is another cave though. I do like it when the caves lead onto each other because it can definitely make exploring a lot easier. I definitely prefer caving to just like. You see, I'm the opposite in Terraria to what I am in Minecraft. In Minecraft, I prefer like the classic strip mining to find resources, but in this game, I prefer like caving to find stuff. Speaking of caving, is there a cave here? Oh no, I'm just imagining things. I thought I saw a cave there, but I guess not. What I'm hoping to find is a couple life crystals before heading over to a new sort of cave system sometime soon, because I'm going to be needing to get something sort of ranger specific. When I say sort of, it's definitely ranger specific, but it's not bowslinger specific, because you know there are some rangers out there that aren't cool like us bowslingers here. But what was that? A Gills potion? Oh, that's water breathing, I think. Could be useful later. But either way, I'm also looking to explore some more of the surface soon, but I'm thinking of doing that next episode because like I said, I do kind of need some life crystals before I can go to the next sort of cave system. And so I'm gonna need to either do some fishing and get really lucky, or I'm just gonna need to keep mining until I find some. But I mean, we've done a pretty decent bit of exploration today along that minecart track and down the caves. But what I might actually do is, I know it's a meme, but do some mining off camera and not too much. I probably actually, if I did, probably still record it and just like speed up or something and just try and get some life crystals and some extra copper. But, well, not copper ores. I'm doing that again. As you can see here, we found, even though it is a small vein, a little bit more tungsten, but we still haven't found out if we have a gold world or a platinum world. And I'm sort of am hoping to find out soon because, I mean, usually I do find out by now. I mean, the earliest I've ever found out is when I was playing once. I'd just started a new world and I decided to see, not like speedrun it, but to do sort of the early game progression a little bit faster so I could spend some more time building. Because, I mean, if you haven't been able to tell, one of my favorite things to do in this game is just building. I really enjoy it for some reason. I really like it in Minecraft too. I don't know what it is about it, but I was trying to just go through like the early game progression, just, you know, that little bit faster so I could spend a bit more time with building. But I found out within a couple minutes of making the world that it was platinum when I found a giant vein of it in a giant mushroom biome. And speaking of platinum, there we go, we have a platinum world, which is actually, I think I mentioned it last episode maybe, I was actually hoping for a platinum world, not just because it has better stats than gold, although I don't think they're much better, but I do think they do have better stats, just because I prefer the look of the platinum stuff. I don't know what it is about it, but we got 15 platinum ores there. It's pretty good, I'd say. At least for now, we're not, I don't think we're too deep, really, in the caves. But hopefully, we can find some more resources like that. But for now, I'm just going to continue on mining, and I'll see y'all in a bit. So, let's do this. There's another blue slime there. Let's do this. Aha! I knew that pressure plate led to something bad. Good thing I saw it and didn't step on it, because don't think I would have lasted much longer if I did, to be honest. But either way, looking at what we've gotten so far, I think I'm going to head on back to our little outpost here, and I mean, coming back to it with a fresh set of eyes. Well, I say fresh, sort of slightly more fresh set of eyes. I definitely think, I don't really have a good place for that, so I'm just going to stick that there. I definitely think that I prefer, or that I like this new, that I like how the build looks. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm fumbling on my words again. I just want to speak successfully sometimes. But what I'm going to do is come over here and make up just some tungsten bars and see if I can either upgrade my bow to do 1 more damage, or I can upgrade my helmet to have 3 more defense, which would give me a total of 1 more defense because it would get rid of the set bonus. Or I can upgrade my hammer. So guys, as you can see, I've upgraded my bow and didn't get any modifiers on it, so it's just a base tungsten bow. And sorry about that, cart had a weird tech glitch, and I never end up using the sandcastle bucket whenever I get it, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell that, which means we now have a grand total of 2 gold. We're moving up in the world, we're getting rich. I mean, to be fair, we had over 5 gold before because I have this lifeform analyzer. We kind of burnt it on a lifeform analyzer, but that's beside the point. But either way, I've just looked at how long I've been filming for, and I think I'm going to call it there for today. I got a bit carried away, I think, both with building and mining. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. I had a blast filming today, like I always do. And I mean, I just want to quickly say thank you for all the support on the last Terraria video. It did so much better than I thought it would. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but every like you give and whenever you comment or interact with it, it just motivates me to continue doing it. This probably sounds like it's come out of nowhere, but what I'm trying to say is thank you so much for the support you guys give me. And well, if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, comment down below saying hi or just telling me what you thought, and look out for that poll for the name of our outpost here. But either way, share my channel with your friends to let them know I'm here, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.